heard this so many times that I'm not flexible enough, I can't move my body, my muscles feel stiff, how can I do yoga? Or I can't touch my toes, then how can I practice yoga? Or when I move, I don't feel like moving, my body doesn't take any of these movements very happily, then how can I practice yoga? So if you have been making any of these excuses, then today's video is for you. In today's video, I have come up with some of the yoga poses. These yoga poses will help you in loosening your muscles and help you in gaining flexibility. And if you practice these yoga poses on daily basis, then I can assure you, you're gonna feel so good about your body and you will feel like practicing them on daily basis. But the key is to practice them on daily basis. Then only you will see results. So without talking much, grab a mat and let's get started. So before you start practicing this video, I will insist you to just warm yourself up for 5 to 10 minutes with some joint rotations or just 2 to 5 rounds of Surya Namaskaras, because if you are warmed well, then you will be able to perform these yoga poses well. So we will begin with first yoga pose, that is called Gomukhasana. Place your left knee down, right knee on top of the left knee, placing my feet just parallel to my hip, hips are grounded and neutral, and then with inhale I take my hand and with exhale I bend it, and now I try to touch my both the fingers or try to make a bind here. If this is not possible for you, use a strap or towel and keep your spine neutral. Keep looking in front of your body and breathe. 1, 2, 3, and first you lose the bind and with exhale relax. So our second pose is Anjanasana, which is extremely helpful for our hamstring flexibility, and most of adults have stiff hamstrings. So this pose really helps in loosening our hamstring as well as hips. So let's see how to do it. For that, place your palms on the floor grounded. Now take your right foot in between your palm. Keep in mind that your right foot stays grounded and completely on the mat, and take your left foot back where knee stays on the mat. Stay here. If you can't reach here, you can take 2 books or blocks and you can be like this. Remember, knee and feet in one line and keep breathing like this. Or if you can place your palm like this, and when you feel you are comfortable, with inhale, take your hands and take it on top of your head and keep your core engaged and gently look in between your thumb and breathe. 1, 2, 3. You can keep at heart center as well, and you can breathe here as well. And once you are done, place gently on the floor and relax. Now from here, the step 3 is Adho Mukha Shavasana, which is also called as downward facing dog. Again, for that, place your palm on the mat and gently take your knees off the mat, hips facing ceiling, and try to look in between your feet first. Keep your hands stable, keep your core engaged, and if you are comfortable, gently try to look in between your leg and gently look at the navel. At any point, if you feel uncomfortable, feel free to bend your knees. There is no shame in bending your knees, because then you won't hurt your hamstring. And if you are comfortable, then only straighten your knee and look at the navel and breathe for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will drop your knees first with control and then just relax. You can practice downward facing dog for 4 to 5 rounds. Every time you can hold for 3 to 5 breaths. They help you in building a lot of strength in your upper body. At the same time, you gain a lot of flexibility in your whole body, especially in your hamstrings. From there, now we'll step to pose number 4, which is called as Balasana or child pose. For that, we are already in Vajrasana and your hips are touching your heels, and actually your hips are in between your heels, and gently you just surrender to the mat or to the floor and extend your hands in front of body as much you can, and you go with every breath little deeper. And if you feel comfortable in spreading your knees a bit so that your torso goes in between your thighs, if that feels comfortable, that is also completely fine. And make a conscious effort to touch your heels and your hips both at a time, and keep stretching your shoulders to the hand in one line, and your eyebrow stays relaxed and you keep looking ahead, and then gently drop your chin, relaxed chin, and breathe for 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and once you are ready, gently come up. So now from Balasana, we will get into the 5th yoga pose, which is my personal favorite, that is called as Malasana or Yogi's Squat. For that, we will place our feet on the mat and spread our legs like this, and try to keep these feet as grounded as possible, and hip stays away from the ground, and make a namaste prayer here, and try to open your thighs using your hand, and keep your spine long and straight, and keep looking in front of your body, and breathe. At any point, if you feel uncomfortable, feel free to use a block or a book, and just you can use like this and keep your hips on top of this. If you're a complete beginner, this will help you. If this also doesn't help, you can use another block and just sit on top of it and breathe, and don't forget to keep your spine straight. And once you are comfortable, you will be able to hold it without any support, and keep your spine straight. And you can stay in this pose from 10 to 30 seconds to 1 minute as well, as per your flexibility level. And this pose really helps in our better digestion. From Malasana, we will get into the next pose, which is our 6th yoga pose, which is called as Supta Padangushthasana. So for practicing Supta Padangushthasana, first lie down on your mat. Make sure your upper body stays relaxed on the mat, lower body especially stays on the mat, neck relaxed. And now extend your left feet completely. Make sure your left feet is flexed, not falling out or in. It should be relaxed and flexed. Now take a strap and then get a grip in and around your right feet, and with inhale, try to extend your feet. If you are uncomfortable at any point or you feel a lot of stretch here, you can keep your knee bended here. There is no shame in bending your knees, because in that case you help your hamstring to gain flexibility better. If you overdo it, stretch it more, then there are chances that you tear your hamstring. And if you are comfortable, try to gently lengthen or straighten your leg. And with gradual practice, you will notice that
you will keep reducing the distance between your hand and your feet, and remember that feet stays flexed and grounded. And if you are comfortable, you can grab it like this, and this hand then stays on floor like this. It can be like this. This is the complete pose, but if you are uncomfortable, you can just support like this also, or like I shown with the strap also, you can do this, and gently relax your right leg and it goes down. Now we will move on to the 7th pose and the last pose of this video, that is called as Setu Bandhasana. For that, bend your legs like this, feet stays grounded, stable on the mat, and you can place your right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel. So that's a good check that where your hand and feet has to be. And with inhale, you try to gently lift your pelvis from the ground, but make sure that your hips stay strong and your knees and feet are in one line. We'll practice, and you can just enclasp your fingers like this in the down, and you can raise. With inhale, come up and breathe. 1, 2, 3, and with exhale, gently go down. This time we're gonna practice little higher than the last time. One more time. Inhale, come up completely. 1, 2, 3, and with exhale go down, and once counter it with hugging your knees, and then relax.
So these all yoga poses will help you in gaining flexibility. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that if you want to see great results, you have to practice them on daily basis. So if you practice them on daily basis, you will see your sore muscles are getting loosened up and you will feel much more flexible in your body. If you have enjoyed watching or practicing with me over mat, then hit that like button, and please subscribe to my channel and turn that notification on so that whenever I upload a video, you get notified. And don't forget to comment below if you want to see such more videos or what else you want to see from my end. On that note, I'm Malika signing off for today, and I'll see you next time. Until next time, keep practicing. Bye.